we really haven't been taking great care of it, but quite a few things that we have going on here. So I thought I'd start with a basic tour. Unfortunately, I didn't do this at the beginning of planting season, so we are toward the end of June. I'll go through some of the stuff that we planted, what's going on, and how well it's doing. So our garden is pretty small. It's only about 20 feet by 10 feet, something like that, rectangular. We've got a few trellises in it, and it's not extremely well maintained, but we've been trying to keep up with it, and we have a variety of plants growing in it. So I'll show you what all we have going on. In this row we have potatoes. This is one of the first things we planted in early May, so we were a little late on the planting, but as you see, the potatoes are just about ready, I think, to harvest. And alongside it, we got some other stuff like kale and whatnot growing. That grew spontaneously from last year's garden, so we just decided to keep it. I'm gonna wind up probably planting another set of potatoes here, because you can't have too many potatoes in my mind. But this is actually the first year that we planted them, and pretty excited because they're doing really, really well. It was really easy to do. You just plant it and kind of leave it alone, and everything grew, so we were pretty happy about that. The next thing that we have here is this monstrosity is fairly natural. We didn't actually plant anything here. These were growing spontaneously throughout the garden, probably from our compost mix that we have. We tend to take kind of like a little bucket that we have in the kitchen, that we just throw things that we know that are good for the garden and good for compost in it. And we wound up throwing it in the garden just to help kind of prepare the soil for when we plant. One of the things that started popping up, and we saw it in several different places, so I decided to go ahead and take them all and transplant them into this spot, and then over into this spot here. And what you see is we have a different variety of some sort of gourd. Not exactly sure what kind it is yet, but they are growing. We're really happy with how it's growing. So that looks like it's doing really well. Here we have some okra that's growing. We didn't grow a whole lot of okra because doing a few plants, the okra grow really, really large and produce a lot. So we knew we wouldn't need too many of those plants. So here we have green beans growing. So the green beans are doing really, really well. We have a spontaneous potato plant or two up here, which is good. Not sure what kind yet. We have some cucumbers, carrots, peppers, some lettuce. We got a big variety of things growing up in here. Then here, which is horribly weeded, we didn't do a real good job weeding this area, it's obviously onions. Angie likes onions, so we decided to plant some of those. And then we have our tomatoes growing. The tomatoes aren't doing so well yet. Then we have some eggplants growing over here. For whatever reason, those aren't doing so great. And then we have some zucchini. Zucchini have come in really well. We've had a variety of zucchini pop up. We have lighter, darker color, yellow. Those are doing really well. And the only thing that we've had an issue with is some of the squash bugs that you tend to get that lay eggs on the plants. So gonna see if we can keep those under control. Some more of the gourds that we have growing over here and here. Just a whole different variety. There she is, queen of the garden.
Queen of the garden.
Last but not least, we have our grapes. that are growing, and these are doing pretty well this year. This is fourth year that we've had this plant, and it's really starting to take off. We didn't do a really good job on the base when we first got it, and it just kind of clumped together on the ground, and we didn't start it growing up any of the vines on any trellis or anything. So we just put a trellis in this year, and it started growing like crazy, and so we have got a lot of grapes all over. Probably too many on this set of vines, because I don't know if it can support it all, but we're gonna try it out, because gardening is an experiment. So we're gonna see what happens. That was I just got a butterfly kiss. So obviously our hope this year is to get as much as we can in as small a spot as we have here, because this is not a full-fledged homestead. So we'll see what happens. But also there's a few pots growing up there on the deck, and I got a variety of items growing up there, so I'll show those next time, and hopefully the progress as well. So see you later.